guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying to restore Just Like You 22 that I got from the Facebook Marketplace lot. So let's jump into the restoration. Here she is. So I showed her in my previous video where I unboxed the lot, and I actually haven't done a full restoration on a doll yet. I've done little bits here and there with a magic eraser, but this will be my first time doing a full restoration. I'm going to start by undressing the doll just so I can see what I'm working with and what I need to fix. So here she is. She is definitely in quite rough condition. She's definitely been well loved. The most prominent things are the nail polish on the toenails and fingernails, the markings across the front of her forehead, her belly button, and she has some, I think, dye transfer on her armpits on both sides. I always like to start off with a magic eraser. Here's the brand that I'm using, but any will work. And then I run it underwater for a little bit and squeeze the water out so it's not fully drenched. Magic erasers aren't harsh on the doll's skin, and I've used them multiple times and they don't have any bad effect where they change the skin color or affect the limbs by any means, and they do an incredible job. As you can see here, even just running the magic eraser along her leg a couple times, it has already changed color. A lot of this dirt is dirt that you can't actually visually see, but it's always good to give secondhand dolls a run through of the magic eraser just because you never know what dirt is there. Just letting you know, a lot of these clips have been sped up just because this is a very long process. So if you were going to do this to one of your American Girl dolls, just make sure to take your time with it and go over all the sections very thoroughly. Here you can see I tried to see if the nail polish would come off with the magic eraser. Although I've heard that this doesn't work, I was just giving it a shot. Here you can already start to see the side-by-side comparison of the left leg being run through with the magic eraser and the right leg I haven't started on yet. It literally looks like two different skin tones. When using a magic eraser, you want to try and avoid the doll's body cloth because I've heard that if water is stuck in her body cloth, it can cause mold. Now with the American Girl doll's face, as I think everyone knows by now, you really have to be careful of their eyes because if you get water in their eyes, it can turn into silver eye, which you do not want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by wetting the end of a cloth, and I'm just going to wipe her face first to see what can come off. And I'm really being careful of her eyes, and I'm just really scrubbing lightly. I always like to use a Q-tip for hard to reach areas like their mouth, nose, and ears. I just feel like it actually gives it a proper clean. Kind of a jump scare, but here you can see that the marks are still on her forehead and there's still a little bit of, I don't know what it is, but maybe marker or something in her mouth. I did start by cutting the magic eraser into a tiny little square and trying to use that to rub off the marks on her forehead. I don't know where the clip for that went, but it didn't land up working. So here I've taken a Q-tip once again and I've dipped it into the Cutex Care nail polish remover. I have not tried this on a doll before, so it was quite nerve-wracking, although I had heard that it works and it doesn't damage their skin, so I'm just making sure to be careful of the eyebrows and any face paint that the doll might have. As you can see, this actually ended up working super well and the marks off her forehead are completely gone, so I'm so stoked. Now that I know that the nail polish remover works, which I should have started on the feet first, I'm not too sure why I didn't, but now I'm going to use that method on the nail polish. I obviously knew that the nail polish remover would remove this because this does appear to be a nail polish, although I wasn't sure if it would affect the doll's skin later down the line, maybe have a weird tint to it where I've rubbed the nail polish remover. I started with this makeup remover pad, but then I went to my trusty Q-tips after to get in the little nooks around the toenails. I've done the exact same process on the fingernails, and this nail polish comes off almost instantly with this remover. Now for, I think, the scariest part of this whole transformation, washing the doll's hair. So I've yet to actually wash an American Girl doll's hair because I've heard so many different opinions. Some people say that it's fine and it doesn't affect the doll's hair. Some people say that you should do a hot water kind of dunk. Some people say that you should use conditioner. Some people say dishwash liquid. I've just heard everything. And then some people say you shouldn't wash the American Girl doll's hair. You should only spritz it with water. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So since this girl was in such desperate need of someone's help, I just decided, let me try and first dunk her hair in water, brush it out, and then see what the results are. I'm giggling back watching these clips because there are definitely smarter and easier ways that I could have done this, but this is my first time doing it. You can see I have a little jar at the bottom holding up the bowl that I filled up with water. This is hilarious. As you can see, I did get the tiniest bit of water on the doll's face, so just really make sure to be careful of those eyes. And then I have a little towel wrapped around her neck, kind of like they do at the salons, just so that water doesn't go on her body cloth. I wasn't able to find my American Girl doll hairbrush, so I took a comb and I just tried to run through the doll's hair. As you can see, it was very hard to brush through. I always start with the ends and then bring it up to the roots. But even just the ends, they're so dry and there's little knots everywhere, and it was not passing through smoothly. I ended up putting like a teaspoon of conditioner in her hair. It definitely made it so I was actually able to pass the comb through her hair, and then here I am just filling up the bowl so that I can wash out that conditioner and then give it another run through with the comb. I've heard that it's bad for the doll's wigs to have the conditioner stay in their hair, so I'm really trying to get all her hair and make sure it gets all out. As you can see, the conditioner made a big difference to me combing her hair. Like, the comb can actually pass through, but this is also really making it noticeable how uneven her hair is. This could be from play because brushing your doll's hair when it's dry can sometimes pull the hair and just make it longer. So because of this, I have decided to give her a little chop at the ends. I just wanted to even everything out, and I feel like it would look way less dead if I were to do this. I was super nervous doing this because I've never cut an American Girl doll's hair. I've always been very particular. I want them to be as they come, although this girl needed it. I definitely did some very interesting techniques here. You can tell that I kind of don't know what I'm doing, but I tried my best. Also, I know these scissors aren't the best. I do have a pair of hair cutting scissors, and they just weren't working at all, so I don't know what was up with that. If anyone does have any tips on cutting American Girl doll's hair specifically, please let me know. Not that this is something that I want to do often, but in times where I have a doll that really is in major need of it, it'd be good to know. And here I just wanted to remind you what the before of this Just Like You 22 looked like. Definitely in rough shape, and all the nail polish everywhere, and the markings on her forehead and her belly button. And here is the after. As you can see, her belly button is still there because I haven't taken a doll apart yet, so I'm a bit nervous too, but that might be my next video. Her hair is silky smooth and it's all straight. All her limbs are clean. Her nail polish is off. I am so pleased with this doll. I put her in this cute little blue and gray and pink tracksuit. I think it suits her so well. I love that it complements her eyes and her hair. She just looks so beautiful. I'm so happy with this restoration. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Bye!